because it's very, very simple. The way we cook it, the way we carve it, you'll get so much more out of it. First of all, if I hold that bird up, can you see those black feather stubs in the skin? That's the old bronze turkeys. And that's the sole reason it disappeared, because those black feather stubs were seen to be really unsightly. So back in the late 50s, early 60s, everything changed over to a white turkey. And that's the same with a lot of other breeds, with black-haired pigs and that kind of thing. The black hairs, yeah, were unsightly, so the supermarkets didn't stock them anymore. So it's for aesthetic reasons it disappeared. Now when you're buying a turkey, if you go to your local farm, the chances are it's going to be fully mature, yeah? It's probably going to be dry plucked, and then it's going to be hung. And it's that chain of events that produces the perfect turkey. Now, because most of those turkeys are really mature, they'll have a lot more fat marbling running through the meat. And fat heats up quicker than muscle tissue. Yeah, it conducts the heat through there. So the birds will cook at about twice the rate. This is a 5 kilo turkey, and it took about 2.5 hours to cook. Yeah? So that's about an hour and a half less than put the turkey breast down in the roasting tin. Now the reason for doing that is the fat deposits of the turkey are in the back. So when it's cooking, that's going down through the bird, and it's basting itself. With a mature turkey, you don't have to cover it in tin foil because it's not going to go dry. Yeah, it's not, because it's got all that fat and moisture. So put it breast down, season it with salt and pepper, put it in a hot oven at 180. If it's a fan oven, probably about 140. And then you forget about it for about an hour. Yeah? It's very, very simple. We don't recommend stuffing the bird, because if you stuff it, you don't get a very even cook. You've got to heat it up so much you don't get an even cook. So let the heat get through the bird. If you really do want to stuff it, then just stuff the neck cavity. Stuffing's great with turkey, they're fantastic, but maybe do it separately. So the bird's been in for about an hour. Now what we're going to do is we're going to turn the bird over to brown the skin off. So you take it out of the oven, and with a pair of hot oven gloves, you just pick it up by the knuckle, pair of oven gloves, and just turn it over, and that's just to brown the breast off. Yeah, it's very simple. Now, I should have said before putting it in that hot oven, take it out of the fridge and let it stand for about 4 or 5 hours. Yeah, to let it come up to temperature. You don't want to put a cold turkey into a hot oven. Yeah? It actually, you shock the meat, so it's very, very important to rest it. And what's just as important is when you take it out of the oven to rest it again. Now that's been out of the oven now for over 2 hours, yeah? And it's still not cold. When you take it out of the oven, you haven't got to rush, yeah, and get it carved quick. It's not going to go cold. And it's so important to let the meat rest. And that's not just with turkey, that's with all meat. Because you can imagine, when the bird comes out of the oven, all the muscle fibres have expanded, and they're very, very big, because it's hot. You've got to let them relax so they close down themselves and they hold the moisture. And if ever you've carved a Sunday joint, and when you carve the beef, if the juices run out, sometimes it will get bloody and all the juices will run out. That's because you haven't let it rest enough. It's got to be nice and cool. And the other great thing, of course, is you take it out, you let it stand, you free your whole oven up, so you can do all your veg, yeah, and you can get a lot more done. Let it stand for a good hour. The other great thing is it's cool enough to carve then, and you can handle it. Now, this is the great trick. Now, I have to tell you, because I'm very proud of this, I am actually the fastest turkey carver in the world. If you buy the Guinness Book of Records,
and the plucker.
I set that in last November. I set the world record for plucking a turkey. So I'm the fastest plucker on the planet, and I'm also the fastest turkey carver. And I say it very well as well. We're going to carve the bird, and if you carve it this way, you'll get so much more out of the turkey. We've done a bit of work in the office, and you'll actually get about 20% more servings by carving it like this. What we're going to do is basically break it down into its primals. So we're going to take its leg off, its wing, and then its breast. So a nice sharp knife, just cut down through the leg there. And if you go onto our website, kellyturkeys.com, you'll see a video of this being done. So on Christmas Day, and prices here and everything. So, and then you just peel it back like that. There we go. And then with the wing, we're going to cut half of that wing off. Now I'm doing this very slowly. I did a 14-pound turkey into 14 equal servings in 3 minutes 30 seconds. Thank you very much. So we've taken the leg off, now the wing, now we're going to take the breast off. So you just get a sharp knife, and you just really just take your time. You follow the line of the bone, follow the keel bone, and keeping the knife as close to the bone as you possibly can. There we are. There. Perfect. Now you can hold it up, see? Now these are slow growing strains, so that's really, really dense meat. If you do that with a very fast growing strain, it's been killed too early, and you won't get that with a farm produced turkey. the meat falls off the bone. That's why when you take a turkey out of the oven, it all crumbles. Yeah, if you get a mature turkey, it's got connective tissue, it's got maturity, so it holds together. That's why it's like that. So, now we'll take the other bit off there, the wing, and then the shoulder. And we've taken half the turkey. Let's do the other side again. So, the knife, you just cut the skin, leg skin, and you can almost just peel that back to take the whole of the leg off. Now that's the oyster there. That's the best bit. That's the best bit. Go on, Charles, you can have that. That's the carver's perks normally, but you can have, don't want to be able to talk. There you go. Now put it in your mouth and go, oh, that is, oh. Just the best. Right, take the wing off. And that's got the other side of the breast. And again, you just take the knife and you keep it nice and tight to the bone. Just carving it to take the whole of the breast off. There. Take the wing off. And then the shoulder. Perfect. So that's the carcass, you see. Now you don't throw that away. I'll tell you what we do with that afters in a minute. On the bottom of the carving plate, and you can just carve lovely slices of even turkey meat. You see, you can get even amounts. By using these strains, you can see how dense that meat is. It all holds together. That's real turkey meat. There we are. And you just carve that into the bottom. And then with the leg, just take the leg skin off. You just carve the dark meat into the bottom. Carving plate. Now, one thing, if you get these mature turkeys, and they're, typically a really good quality turkey will be about twice the price of the average turkey. That's because it's twice the age. Yeah? It's a slow-growing breed. It's more expensive, and then you dry pluck it and hang it. Yeah? So please, if you spend all that money, don't spoil it with gravy granules or stock that's being produced. Once the meat's in the bottom tin, if you've been a bit worried about it's a bit slow, it's been out the oven too long, get your stock piping hot, and then just pour the juices of the bird over the meat. Use other gravy fine for your veg and Yorkshire, but for the turkey, just use the juices of the bird over the meat, and then that takes up the full flavour of the turkey. Okay, so you're finished. Let me just tell you about my most favourite leftovers recipe. You get the carcass of the bird like that, and anything that's left over, I'm going to make a hell of a mess here, but it doesn't matter, does it? No. And you wash your hands and you get your fingers, and then you just dig out all the meat from the carcass, literally peeling it all off, all the skin, everything you can. And any bit that's left over, the fat, the skin, a little bit of skin, put that in. And what's left over, then you just chop it, really finely, smash it all up, and then you get a wrap. Yeah? And you put that as you would a duck. Like a duck wrap, you could do it with pancakes, hoisin sauce, or a wrap with salsa, sour cream, guacamole. And you can do that as drunk as a lord. There's no fancy messing about. That's the best afters recipe ever. And with that, I will say Happy Christmas and buy a turkey from your local farm.